This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. It's the home opener of the 2018 football season. Jay Ferguson, Rick Amador, Tom Bauer here, and lots of excitement, Tom, as tonight is dedication night.
Yeah, we're waiting for a little bit of this home cooking here in Lorain on a beautiful new field, standing on the Browns logo. What could be better than this?
Oh, it's going to be exciting. And Rick, the opposing team comes from out of the country.
They do. The team from up north, Canada, St. Joseph's Academy, brings in a very veteran-laden squad. People at home are going to see a very large offensive line and look for the Titans to attack that team.
Well, the Titans are 2-1 on the young season and 6th currently in Region 2, Division 1. And obviously right now the goals are all still intact, playoffs and conference championships. So tonight, this one can go a long way to determining the conference title or the playoffs. And, Tom, what are the strengths of this Lorain High team?
You know, we got a great running attack because we got two very good runners. But all of a sudden, this young quarterback, Jordan Jackson, has become a runner in his own right and can throw the ball. And I think we have Tyshawn Lighty, may be the best receiver ever to come out of a Lorain school.
And I don't think that's an exaggeration at all. Rick, something I want to ask you about. What's this new thing where we end up with odd numbers?
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that. As far as the numbers of the team from up north is what you're asking,
No,
correct?
I'm asking about the kicking game.
Oh, my goodness. The kicker, Henry Patterson, and his work that he's done with the young man has been amazing. I see him putting in the work day in and day out. He posted on Facebook, which is amazing use of social media, but the kid has a leg.
That's Mark Rodriguez, a junior. He is currently, I believe, 11 out of 12, and the one that he didn't make was a bad snap. And tonight I was watching him kick 40-yard field goals while he was warming up before the game. So it's a little bit foggy out here. It looks a little bit like London, but it's Lorain. And the Titan Band is in good voice, and we'll be back with more after this message.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Good evening and welcome to George Daniel Field. Jay Ferguson, Tom Bauer, and field announcer Rick Amador here, along with Joe Bach, Terry Trout, and Club TV 20 for the home opener and the dedication of the new field here at George Daniel.
Hey, Rick, who's the Browns down here talking to?
I got James Burgess is down here. He's joining the Titans on this unveiling of this field. James, real quick, we get a little sound for you. What is it like to open up a field like this for a city like Lorain?
Man, it's beautiful, man. Turf field. When I was playing in high school, we had bad hot grass. So to have Cleveland donate to here, and it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing out here. I'm glad to see it for these guys, and I'm excited to see the game.
Now, James, you just told me a few minutes ago that you've been cleared to play. What's the mindset for the team going to Louisiana and playing the Saints this week?
Man, we're trying to come on with a win. However we can take it, however we can get it, we're going to take it, man. We're just trying to come on with our first win of the year.
Wonderful. James, be healthy the rest of the season. Thanks for coming out here tonight. Guys, James Burgess.
Such a great thing and so many good things going on here tonight. As we await the teams coming out, it looks like the Titans have their kickoff receiving team going out. I could be wrong.
No, they're going to kick off.
But that's going to be Isaiah McDowell to kick off. That's what I was confused about. I didn't see Mark Rodriguez. The Titans, 2-1 on the year, host St. Joseph Football North from Canada. And a big game for Lorain, as Canada is not an OHSAA school, so they need to get first-level points from this team. And the Titans will kick in their navy blue uniforms with the white lead numbers. And it's Isaiah McDowell, number 40, going to put his foot into the football.
This is a new little wrinkle.
Yes,
Rodriguez has made every other kickoff for the last 3 games.
Teams are set to go. Deep is Arthur Hamlin, number 3 for St. Joe's. McDowell pooches it along the sidelines, hits and bounces, and it's taken there. And short return by Malik Youssef, tackled at about the 40. And I don't know if that was a pooch effort that he didn't get up in the air, or
It looks like he's trying to get it over that second line to land somewhere down around the 35 to 30.
it just didn't take a bounce.
Esteban Massari was making that tackle there, guys.
Very good. So, St. Joseph's will put it in play. 1st and 10 from their 41. Great field position for them. McDowell is over the nose. McCall and Melendez are the defensive ends. Zach Evans, Savon Chavis, the outside backers. Kelvin Torres, Cairo Smith inside. Twins to the near side. Single setback, I formation. Motion. Give straight ahead. Savon Chavis from this
from behind,
side came unblocked behind the line, and for a loss of 2. Also out there for the Titans on the corner on the near side is Devontae Jackson, number 10, had a big interception last week at Elyria, and number 20, Cam Davis, who had an interception at Euclid 2 weeks ago. Javon Manning, 13, is the deep safety, and number 1, Tyshawn Lighty, is the safety on the near side. Again, the I formation, 2nd and 11. Titans jump.
Yeah, that gives them that. Now they're right there, right in the middle. Made the change there.
The hard count.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I would think
they're
this is
discussing
Lorain.
this.
I can't. Dead ball, offsides.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one of the defensive ends, I think, on the far side. Nate Melendez got caught jumping, and he made their tackle jump. So the mark off out to the 45 makes it 2nd down and 6. And the fog is rolling in here, Tom.
I know pretty soon it looks like we won't be able to see the field.
I'm worried about the down marker on the other side. We need that light up one like we saw at Euclid. Give to the fullback straight ahead. 1st down and more. 24 is Aiden Arnott Smith.
Oh, fumbled
Put the
the
ball
ball,
on
though.
the ground, though, but
No,
they're going to say
yeah.
down by contact. Inside the 35. Melendez had the ball, but the knee had hit, and it'll be the initial 1st down of the game, and that was easy.
I seen Manning was in on the tackle. I didn't see who was down on his legs, though. Manning.
Little misdirection there, Tom, with the fullback.
Yeah, and that must be some line blocking, because, you can't get a misdirection without someone trapping somebody.
Under center, the quarterback is Tristan Lefevre. Arnott Smith is the fullback. Whistle, they moved too early that time. So that'll cost them 5.
No, Lefevre.
So the mark-off will go from the 34 back to the 39 and make it 1st and 15. Tom, when we were at Euclid the other night, we were looking at the down marker with the batteries and the lights on the numbers, and we might need that.
When the fog rolls in over there, we're going to have to rely on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Back to the I formation, Twins to the near side. Fullback again, same play. That was Arnott straight ahead, another 1st down and more. And
they're going to have to shore up that middle a little bit.
19, down to the 19 for a gain of 20. Back-to-back carries by the fullback. Truthfully, I think that's a little bit of a surprise. I watched them on film.
They didn't have a fullback, did they?
No.
Yeah. And Lorain hasn't played against a team that really dominated with a fullback.
Right.
With the Midviews and the Euclids, it was always a tailback-oriented team.
Offset eye
Oh, a
that
little
time. He
fumble.
left it on the ground, picks it up. Cairo Smith's got a hold of him. Going to be a no-gainer right at the 19. Lefevre getting back to the line. 2nd and 10. What they have done is played on the aggressiveness of the Titans linebackers inside thus far. Turned there, the fullback again, and that one's not going to work. Somebody stood him up, and Savon put him down. Malik McCall and Melendez were the first two there down low, and then Savon stood him up. Going to give him a loss of a couple. Let's call it third and 13 at the 22.
Now, that should be the strength of their defense. They have 2 experienced linebackers and 3 experienced downmen.
6 of the inside 7 are seniors. Chavis, the only underclassman in there. Now Dalen Dower comes out here to the near side corner. He's their 3rd and long shutdown guy. Lighty on the slot man.
That's
going to be 3rd and longer. You give it away when you smack yourself in the helmet like you and McDonald did there. But he was already 5 yards downfield when he did so. So back near the 27, going to be 3rd and 18. Now you would think 2 downs to pick it up.
But they'll go to the air in this play.
You would think.
Then we'll see what they're going to do, because they had a field goal kicker that was kicking from the 40.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Shotgun for the first time, rolling near side, sets the feet. Lefevre gets hit in the backfield, throws it away. Now there's a receiver in the same area code, so that'll be an incomplete pass and 4th down.
He sometimes has very foolish, it happened one time to Jackson at Euclid. It happened to the Elyria quarterback, or actually when they faked that rollout. You just can't throw the ball downfield, because we have just as many people trying to catch the ball as they do.
And maybe more. And he threw it to an empty area and did get it beyond the line of scrimmage for what that's worth. I mean, that's not a high school rule.
Yeah, it sounds more that's an NFL.
But this is a deeper gun now. Lefevre's there with Arnott Smith behind him. 3 receivers to the near side. Straight back, wants to
nice block.
Pull it down and throw it into the end zone. He's got a man back there, but he hit the crossbar. So the Titans hold on down.
Take over.
1st and 10 at the 27. Lorain with the first possession of the ball game. Titans have gone 44, 21, and 40 in their 3 offensive efforts thus far this year for an average of 35 points. And you talk about some video game numbers. Dalen Dower has 511 yards on 30 carries.
Statistics matter to kids, I'm sure. But he's 2nd in the area behind a kid who carried the ball twice as many times as he did.
And got 100 yards more.
Yeah.
Jordan Jackson is the quarterback. Chavis to the near side, Dower to the far side. It's going to be Dalen straight ahead. Big hole. Dalen bounces it to the outside. 40. Again to the outside.
Oh, what a great
50.
block by Evans.
Evans with a great block. You got one man to beat. Dalen Dower stops, ducks him, cuts back down to the 5. Wow.
From the 27 to the 5.
68 yards on the opening carry. That'll help that 17-yard a carry average.
When we're talking about that, now, Dalen made a great statement the other day after the game. He said, they just can't give the ball to me 30 times, because we've got other people on this offense that need the ball.
And I'll tell you what, you talk about unselfish. Zach Evans with the downfield block gave him an extra 50 yards. Stacked formation to the near side now. Lighty behind Evans. Jackson audibling.
Yeah,
He's got the keys to the show now.
I think
he wanted Cario Edwards, and I think that ball got hit at the line.
Yeah, according to the paper that McFarland has opened up the playbook to
Dave
to
McFarland's belief is, why should I call the play on the sideline before I can see what the defense is going to do?
Where the quarterback has the best view of anybody.
Right, so that's what he does, is he turns it over. He'll give him some suggestions, but Jordan knows the game plan.
I'm looking for Chavis. No.
Keeper, Jordan Jackson
Walks
to
in.
the house.
Walks in, yep.
He walked it in from 6. So the first possession of the game, 7:38 in the first quarter. It's Jordan Jackson from 6 yards, but Dalen Dower with the bulk of the work on the first carry, 68 of the yards. So in essence, it was a 3-play drive, but the incomplete pass made it 2. So Mark Rodriguez will attempt the extra point. Ethan Nickel, the holder, snap back, kick down in
I think it just made it over.
Made it over. That was a great hold
Yeah.
by Ethan Nickel.
He's made a couple of those. We had to catch the ball high over his head and get it down there just in time.
Yeah, and Mark Rodriguez able to convert under less than optimal circumstances. He's going to go kick now. Rodriguez joined the football team from the soccer team this year. Ricky, what'd you see on that first drive down there?
Guys, first thing is the field is holding up tremendously. Had a lot of questions coming into tonight. How was the field going to react with these athletes on the field? It is reacting phenomenally. You talked about Zach Evans' block on the outside. Anytime you're going to see those big runs, it takes wide receivers blocking downfield, Zach being selfish, bringing the play. And all week long, they talked about taking the training wheels off of this offense for Jackson. Jackson was coached up all week to read that end. He did exactly what he was taught. Touchdown Titans, boys.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a big league read on the touchdown because he faked it to Dower, and he could have walked in.
Exactly.
So this time, we'll see Mark Rodriguez kick off. Number 4.
If he does anything like he did against Elyria, their concept is still going to be to kick the ball somewhere around the 35-yard line.
Find an opening. He's got a little bit more variety in his arsenal. End-over-end kick's going to land at the 20 and go out of bounds at the 15. That'll be a penalty. 3 choices. You can take it at the 16, you can take it at the 35, or you can make them re-kick. Canada will take the ball at the 35, trailing 7-0 now.
Yeah, I watched the officials in the Elyria game. They put the ball on a 30 one time on a kick that went out of bounds. Went out of bounds on the 32. So,
yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows what's going on there.
Jalen Cheers jogs off here. I think he thought he was going to give Chavis a blow on this series after Chavis just got done playing offense. Handoff straight ahead, single back, gets about 5 out to the 40. That's number 11, Keegan Bertrand. Nice gain, nice hole on first down. Now, the one thing we did notice about this Canadian team is they have some big fellas up front, Tom.
Yes, they do. And I think that's a trademark of the what they're trying to build up there at Football North. Now, these are elite kids that come to this school because they want to play football and they want to play American football in college.
Under center now, turns
with a wing.
Same give, bounced outside, breaks arm tackle, and gets a couple. There's a whistle behind the play. One of the big hogs tackled Weatherspoon.
Yeah. Yeah, that got to be holding.
Julian Ford, 6', 287, landed on top of Matt Weatherspoon, who's listed at 5'11", 195. Now,
what does he have to have on?
Standing on a footstool, holding all his school books, maybe he gets to 170.
Guys, I was going to chime in about that when you talked about the Canadian offensive line. Coach Grooms was glowing about Witherspoon. He said that coming into the offseason, Coach McFarland challenged him and said, if you want to see some action on Friday Night Lights, the only way you can get on the field is at defensive line, and at 195, 5'11", he is doing the dirty work, guys.
Yeah.
Ricky, he doesn't have that many quarters in his pockets to be 195.
They're being very generous.
Jalen Cheers in to relieve Chavis now. He's out here on the slot receiver. I formation. Turn straight ahead is the fullback, and he's got another big hole.
And he made it back to the first stick.
Aiden Arnott Smith gets out to the 37. It's going to be second down and 8. So the penalty actually results in a loss of 3. What are they doing in there? Are we just guessing wrong with our nose man? Because I know we gap things.
Now
Chavis in for Evans. Evans going to get a blow, another two-way player. Save on, they've got 2 receivers to the top now. KD is on the outside man. 2 receivers to the bottom. Single setback in the gun.
Taking the fullback out.
Straight back, looking to throw. He had time. He's got a man out there, but
Lighty was
Tyshawn
right
Lighty
with
was
his step
right
by
there,
step.
and he's the
yes.
one that got the hand on it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Russell Dixon was the wide receiver at 6'3", 200. Quite a size advantage over Tyshawn, but step for step, and Tyshawn got a hand on it, knocked it away. There's a flag in the backfield. I don't know whether it's holding or roughing. One or the other.
It looks like everyone's
Holding.
walking backwards. Got to be a hold.
It was signaled as a hold. So now we'll see how this goes. They've started to move the sticks before they walked it off. They started to walk it off behind the line at the spot, and now they've declined it. So now it's 4th down. So now the punt team that jogged off jogged back on. Lighty is deep, single setback at about the 25.
This could be trouble, guys.
Yeah, it always is. You know, Lighty has a chance to go all the way every time he touches the ball.
Look at the size of the up back, Ricky.
77?
Yeah. Nice handle by the punter. Gets it away, angles it away from Lighty. Going to hit it about the 31 and stick. He hit a sand wedge downed there by William Kalanji, and the Titans will take over right at the 30, it looks like. 1st and 10. 5:51 to go. Lorain on top, 7-0. Guys, you look out there and you see so many weapons for this Titans offense. 14, Cario Edwards, to the far side. Zach Evans is out 25 to the near side. Lighty is in the slot. Jackson, the QB, takes it, gives it to Dower on the cross buck. Bounces it out. He's got
another block. Yep.
He's got 10. Up the sideline, 50, 40. Cuts it back, breaks an arm tackle, down to the 30. Well, Dower's over 100, Tommy. He's got 108 on 2.
30 to 30.
You're averaging 17 yards a carry, and you get 108 on your first 2, Ricky. How's that do?
You know, those mathematics to me, those are amazing and mind-blowing. But here's the thing, guys. You got these big rips, and guess what? No flags on the field.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Clean game so far.
Yep. This got to be fun to be a quarterback with this many weapons. Chavis straight ahead. 5. Chavis. Save on Chavis. 30 yards to the house.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what Dalen had said the last time. Dower had said, we have a lot of weapons. You just can't give me the ball all the time because you got Chavis is an excellent runner in his own right.
Well, the Titans have gone 73 and 70 in a total of 5 plays, and one of them was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that might have passed but just to set up the runs.
Hey, Coach, I don't know if you can smell up there the mix of flour and water, but there were some pancakes on the field, boys.
Yeah.
Nickel is the holder. Kelvin Torres, the long snapper. Mark Rodriguez will kick. Good snap that time, punched it through.
Yeah.
And again, the Titans with the extra point. And it's 14-0. 5:26 to go, first quarter.
And when you watch the replay of that, guys, the guy that was making the pancakes, that was Yusuf Alzir.
Well, those big fellas up front. Big Yusuf, the only starter back on the offensive line. But you've also got out there 69 Big Jace Tarpley. The guy that's so impressive to me is number 71, the freshman center, Jacob Addis. Has done a great job in his first 3+ games.
I've seen
52, Colin Thomas. And I'm having trouble picking up the number of the other guy. And I'm thinking that might be Darian Rodriguez or Martinez. Oh, it's Arthur Lucas. I'm sorry. 75 is Big Artie Lucas. We've got his visitor number on the roster. Titans will once again kick for the third time. This is Mark Rodriguez again. Well, Tom, I'm looking out here, and the stands have filled in on the home side beautifully. Rodriguez pooches it down. It's going to hit it about, caught right at the 14 and brought upfield. Nice hole here. Good cut. He might go. He's got the rod kick. It beats Rodriguez, but Cairo Smith's going to get him out of bounds. Rodriguez slowed him down, but shot an air ball. Whistle, and there's a Titan down, holding a leg in the background, and that's our guy, Matt Weatherspoon. He's holding his right leg, so we don't want to speculate. But he is defensive line depth for Lorain. Nice catch there.
You wouldn't think it's cramps with this kind of weather, but you never know. I mean, this is hot and humid still.
Yeah, and he wasn't going to go because he had help back there. There was Cheers and Jackson had also cut down the angle. But that's all in all a great return and a very, very good starting position on the plus 33 for St. Joe's.
Guys, since we got a little break in the action, I was able to catch up right now with big Gabriel Larsosa.
Big Gabe's down there.
Yeah, real quick, Gabe. Welcome back to Lorain. How's it feel to come back?
It's good. Always good.
What's it like playing for Malone University?
It's an amazing feeling. It's really different, but I'm used to it now. I start, so
you started
I'm
this week.
fun, enjoying the moment.
And real quick, what is your favorite thing to eat in the cafeteria?
Pizza.
Guys, you got everything you need to know from Big Gabe Larsosa.
I've eaten in that cafeteria, and their pizza is good. Back to pass on first down. Got a man, intercepted. This is Leidy. Leidy in the broken field. Nice block from Melendez. Tyshawn Leidy's going to go to the house.
And I see no yellow flag.
He's going to beat the court. Tyshawn Leidy, 80 yards to the house.
Guys, there's a flag right around the 44-yard line.
I'm not seeing it. Where's it?
Yeah, it is. About the 42 now. On their side, right now by number 2.
I'm still having trouble. On which side? The Lorain?
Far side.
Far
Far
side.
I
side.
see it now. It's over there in the fog.
Yeah.
Good catch, Rick.
That's why I said there wasn't one.
But I'm hearing sideline warning, but let's see what they say.
Well, he did. Yeah, that could be.
A sideline warning, you think?
Well, they're walking that way. Now, let's see. What did they called something on Lorain, but I couldn't tell the signal. You know what? You know who's happy about that? Dalen Dower. You know who's unhappy about that? Tyshawn Leidy.
Yeah.
No, the Titans, this is an all-for-one, one-for-all
This
group,
is
so that doesn't happen.
A team player, yep. I did mention every time Leidy gets the ball.
He's a threat.
Yeah,
And it didn't take too long to figure out he was going to take that. Let's see, it's 15, so it's the big one. And again, I did not see the signal the first time. Personal foul.
Be a clip?
I've never seen the signal before. He made his fists come together in front of him. I don't know. Addis is over the ball. Jackson's behind him with Leidy and Chavis. 4:59 to go. Titans ball at the 28. Throw out here to Cario Edwards. Another weapon. Cario to the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds at the 36 for a gain of 7.
He was knocked out of bounds by Canada North, what is his name, Arthur Hamlin. The coach said he is one of the few players right now already has his Division I scholarship signed up for, and that's their goal.
Yeah. Under center now, Jackson goes I formation. Chavis right behind him.
This is the 18.
Turn,
Yeah.
straight ahead. It's Dower. Dower to the outside. Dower gets first down yardage out to the 43. Got 7 that time. That'll hurt his average.
That was a little change-up, guys. There, a little under center action for Jordan Jackson. I like that.
And that's just, as old as time. That's the fullback lead. 444 is on the clock. Now Evans goes out 25, 30 yards to the far side. Devontae Jackson in the slot. Cario Edwards, wide receiver, near side. Jackson straight back. Wants Zach Evans over the middle. Oh, we just overthrew him.
Yeah.
Zach, what a move Zach made on the post.
Yeah, he was open.
He made contact on the cover man, and then cut off the contact. And it's like a basketball player posting up. If you can make contact, you're going to, any cut you make is going to work.
And he accelerated right off of that step.
Yes, he did. Gee, I wonder where he learned that. It wasn't his dad's 7 years in the NFL, was it? Again, Jackson. Now he's going to get taken back for a big loss.
Yeah.
And that's one where he's got to just get rid of it.
That's an inexperienced quarterback for you. Trying to make something out of nothing. Usually it's best just to accept the fact that you're going to get sacked and save the last 10 yards.
Loss of 12 back to the 31 is going to make it 3rd and 22. Now with this offense, Jackson, screen pass, Dower makes a cut to the outside, gets a block from Tyshawn Lighty. Dalen Dower down the sideline to the house. Whistles, I think that one.
I see everyone just standing there, so something
maybe
happened.
They called him out. He was out of bounds. That's what it was. Yeah. There was a whistle on the sideline. Over there in the fog at the 38-yard line. It'll be a first down. Or 43-yard line, excuse me. First and 10, Lorain. Substitution late getting on the field for North as they had somebody a little bit shaken up there. Here's the replay, and you'll see Jackson rolling, gets it over the lineman, and then look at this crackback block right there. Tyshawn Lighty.
You see Jackson's barking out signals out there.
Yeah. Straight back, wants to throw, going to roll now. Pulls it down, cuts it outside. He's got yardage, first down and more, down to the 20 and out of bounds. Out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 22. Good decision there. 21 yards on the ground for Jordan Jackson. Ricky coming right at you.
Yeah, Jordan Jackson from here, he's got that Lincoln speed. Calm,
Lincoln speed?
Cool, but yet fast.
It's very deceptive.
But he also had Cario Edwards was blocking for him downfield, too.
Stack formation near side.
Uh-oh.
They got somebody to jump. Addis wisely snapped the ball. Offsides North will move the ball inside the 20. We're in the red zone again, down to the 17.
That's something our listeners would probably not understand if they're old football players. The center is the one who snaps the ball when he wants to center the ball. Jackson tells him he's ready.
He'll lift his foot usually.
And
that signifies
he
ready.
drops that hand down a little bit,
the
and then the centers when he's ready.
Dower, nowhere to go that time. Got hogtied after a gain of a yard. Be 2nd and 4 after the penalty and the pickup of 1. Somebody's got a shoelace untied out there. It's Cario Edwards. He lines up behind Zach Evans. Boy, the middle of the field is open deep.
Yes. Who's the far receiver over there? I can't see the numbers anymore.
That's Jackson.
Yeah. Look at him for the post.
Now that's Lighty in the backfield with Chavis. Straight back. No, nobody picked up a blitzing backer.
Look, somebody's helmet's still flying.
There's a sack. Now, Jace Tarpley's helmet got thrown 10 yards downfield. He's going to have to come out. Okay. Now they got, I don't see a flag again.
You know, guys, something that doesn't go said about that play there is the fact that he didn't lose his temper.
Yeah.
How many times would we have seen that type of play result in dead ball fouls, you know?
Well,
that's gross.
3rd down and 16 from the 29. Titans are going to take, well, it's an official's timeout as Natal Frangioni is shaken up on the play. One of the defensive linemen, 5'11", 270. I'm sure with this humidity, it's as much air as it is anything else. Both teams will go to the sidelines to get water. Good decision by the officials. Tarpley has to come out for a play as he lost his helmet during the action.
You know, most of the people who are listening won't understand this, but this is Football North St. Joe's.
Right.
Now, St. Joe's is a high school academy that has a football team that plays Canadian football. This is another American football team, so they have two football programs going at the same time as St. Joe's.
Well, and this is also, remember that Canada has a 13th year of high school.
And some of these are still playing out there. Some of these 19-year-olds are still playing.
Darian Martinez, 72, into the lineup for his first action, replacing Tarpley. Darian caught a knee during a practice earlier in August and has been sidelines until up until this week. First action of the year for him. He is a 6'4", 270-pound senior. He's going to line up at guard between Addis and Thomas. Lucas and Alzira are the other side. Jackson with a single setback of Dower. Trips to the near side. That's Jackson to the near side. Leidy is at quarterback. Leidy that's Dower takes the snap and options it to Leidy. Leidy's going to use the wheels to get to the corner. Nice tackle in space. Gets it down to the 26. Now, timeout for...
There's a Canadian down on the field.
Yes, there is. I'm thinking that's Arthur Hamlin, number 3, but I could be mistaken. Now, it'll be interesting here. And Dower takes it. Remember, Dower played quarterback for 3 quarters of the Shaw game last year and even threw a touchdown pass. Yep, that was number 9, Malik Yusuf. 6'3", 195-pound linebacker. Now, the offense is going back out. Given a thought to.
Guys, Josh Gordon is in the house.
Josh Gordon is in the house. I see number 12 from the Browns down there on the sidelines. Down there with David Hardy from Lorain Schools.
Shaking hands with some kids.
Yeah. The situation is 4th and 14 as Josh Gordon gets a nice round of applause. Josh Gordon would fit in with this Lorain High offense.
Yeah, he would.
He's a big play kind of guy. So the teams, North is back on the field. I've seen, one of the things I was thinking was maybe we'd see a field goal attempt from here. As I stood out there, Rodriguez cleared the bar with ease from the 30-yard line pregame, but they've had some problems with the snaps.
It's a lot different kicking when you're out there with your coach and he's holding the ball for you.
Yes. Everything's perfect then. Jackson is to the far side, Leidy in the slot. Near side, Edwards in the slot inside of Evans. Jackson straight back, wants Zach Evans to the house.
Yeah.
That was easy.
I was down with their coach and we were comparing notes. Their number 2, Russell Dixon, he said, you can't coach 6'3" and a lot of speed. I said, well, we have 88. He said, well, his father played professional football. I said, so does Zach. So, I mean, we're comparing notes, and there's 2 identical ones, but he's the one who made the big play.
And quite honestly, uncovered from 26 yards.
Right
Here
on.
it is again.
Right.
Outside release and nobody home.
Right on cue with Josh Gordon being here. Zach says, I got to show him up.
Good snap, spot down, kick up. Stranger danger knocks another one through. Mark Rodriguez with his third. 21-0. A minute 50 left, still in the first quarter. And it's all Lorain High. At the end of the quarter, we're going to stay here at the end of the quarter for the dedication of the new field, which is why Josh Gordon and several of the other Browns are in the house. Ricky, where are you at now? Oh, there you are.
Guys, I could try to grab some sound from Josh if you
That would
like.
be great
Sure
if
you
can
can.
do it.
See if you got that Steeler hat on. Is that? I see that black and gold.
Ricky Amador on the sideline trying to get a minute with posing for pictures. We'll cut to you when you're ready, Rick. Go ahead.
Guys, I'm joined with Josh Gordon here tonight, who came down to visit the Lorain Titans tonight here on the opening of their field. Josh, welcome to Lorain. Let's get some of your thoughts.
Oh, man, a beautiful football atmosphere. I'm really enjoying the vibe, trying to get the guys to lock in on the game. We caused a little disturbance when we came in, but it's all good. Looks like we're winning 21-0, so they'll be all right. But definitely want to give a huge shout-out to the Browns organization and Dee and Jimmy Haslam for donating this field. And it's awesome that y'all put the logo on there for us and had to come out and show love and give back to the community in a major way and, you know, really just support the game of football and what it does in the community here.
Josh, what were the fields like when you were growing up? Were there anything like this?
No. No. That's a funny question. Not even close, man. We played on, like, dirt fields, like our practice and game fields. It took us, like, almost 15 years to get turf, and we do now, but it took a while.
Josh, last thing, because all the kids in Lorain will be able to see this on the local TV 20. What are some of the things you could say to them as far as what they should do moving forward academically and athletically?
Okay. A smart man or woman learns from his or her mistakes. A wise man or woman learns from others. You know, try to implement in that life as much as into your life as much as you can. Take away from what other people tell you as something that's a benefit to you and to protect you, the people around you that you care and love for, they reciprocate that the same way towards you, and cherish that and humble yourself and just be happy, enjoy life, enjoy high school, and take it easy, take it slow, don't grow up fast, enjoy being here and live in the moment.
And last thing, Josh, score in the Titans Saints game this Sunday. What's the score? Final score.
What's the score? I'm going 34-7.
That
Nice.
sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, brother.
The dogs are
God
barking.
bless. Take care.
That last play after the kickoff was Malik Weatherspoon on the tackle, and good to see him back as he was hurt earlier. Completion to the wide side going to be good for about 4 yards.
And a beautiful open field tackle.
Javon Manning.
Yeah.
Good to hear from Josh Gordon and some good advice from the prodigal son of the Cleveland Browns.
Hope the listeners out there kind of pay attention to that and adhere to it.
Great message there by that man.
22 seconds and the clock is ticking. We'll have to run one more play, barring a penalty. It's third down and about 7, right at the 47 for North. Shotgun formation, trips to the near side. They were unbalanced that time. Chavis had pressure, chased him out, and then got him as he came back. Weatherspoon there, and then Cairo Smith cleaned him up along with number 8, Malik McCall.
That's kind of a sack by committee, isn't
Yes,
it?
it was. It was a jailbreak. You know what that was? That was athleticism beating size right there. The Titans' quickness. And when you talk about Titans and quick on the defensive line, you start with Isaiah McDowell and Weatherspoon, Matt Weatherspoon. And like I said,
Going to be joined by Josh Gordon, TJ Carey, and James Burgess of the Cleveland Browns.
Good evening. we first want to thank you so much for being here tonight. It means a lot to us, our community, for your support. We'd like to thank Jimmy and Dee Haslam, the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Brown Foundation, for all the hard work and effort to make us even better. Thank you so very much. At this time, we dedicate the field, and it states, the state-of-the-art artificial turf field installed July 2018. This project was made possible due to the kind donations made by the Cleveland Browns Foundation in conjunction with Jimmy and Dee Haslam. Thank you again, James, Flash, and TJ. Thanks so very much.
That was David Hardy, CEO of Lorain Schools, down there with the presentation, dedication of this field in It is 4th and 17, punt formation and pulling down a high snap. Nicely done. Short kick, though. It's going to hit at about the 36. Take a sideways hop where it is down by William Kalanji, and the Titans will take over. I think we owe you a quick break. We'll keep going, Joe? Okay. So that was first play of the second quarter following the dedication. And a lot of excitement down on the sidelines. And the Titans are ready to go with a 21-point lead. Just about every switch they flipped has worked.
Yeah, so far.
So, and you know what? Interesting, we are also the Cleveland Browns game of the week. We can't see the sign over on the other side because of the fog, but it's right at the 50-yard line on the other side. Jackson has Chavis next to him, trips to the far side. He wants Lighty. Lighty gets one block, but not enough. He's going to get ahead for a couple, but no open field that time for Tyshawn.
Sometimes you got to throw that little bubble over there just to set up something coming a little bit deeper later.
Well, they run very well, the bubble and go.
Mm-hmm.
Edwards and Lighty on the far side. Evans out to the near side. Gives straight ahead. That's Chavis. Chavis is out near the 45, going to be a couple yards short.
I think he was knocked about 5 yards by their linebacker forward.
Titans quickly over the ball. I think they sense fatigue.
Well, they're starting to play fast.
Yep. Snap. Dower. Dower has to bounce it. Dower to the outside. Dower makes a cut. Dalen Dower off to the races. He's got a personal protector. Dalen Dower, 55 yards to the house.
Wow.
Well, that's back on average now.
Wow.
If you want to do the math, that was his 5th carry for 171 yards.
Jay, at the line of scrimmage, he came to a complete stop and was almost to the ground.
Yeah.
He has unbelievable patience. First touchdown of the night for Dalen. He set up a bunch of other ones. Rodriguez, nickel out there from the snap of Kelvin Torres. High snap, pulled down, spotted. That looked a lot better than the first couple. True again. 28-0. Titans.
Yeah.
I like to stay on the odd number, Tom, just to let people know we have a kicking game.
Well, every now and then you get an even number because 7 and 2 odds make an even.
So I think that makes him 15 out of 16 with the bad snap against Elyria last week being the miss. 10:47 to go in the half.
Yeah.
Dalen Dower, again, averaging 34 yards a carry. Is that any good?
Yeah.
Rodriguez will do it again. Here's the replay, and we'll see just what Rick Amador was talking about. Dower stops, hops, ducks, and then comes through a hole that's not there, and Zach Evans
He just follows
he doesn't even
Evans
have
in,
anybody to hit.
You would have thought he had one of those breakaway jerseys because he was in the grasp.
The Browns throwing Browns rally towels into the stands as Rodriguez kicks that one off the side of the foot and it skids out of bounds at the 20. Oh, make it to 24, but it doesn't matter. It goes up to the 35.
Guys, 2 weeks in a row we've seen this explosive offense. Do you think the Euclid game was a wake-up call for this squad?
Well, the Euclid game was the tale of two games. It was 21-all late in the third quarter, and we wore out.
Right.
And we haven't come up against another team yet with the kind of size and strength that Euclid displayed that night. And, we wore down. I just think tonight we're just out athleting them. 4 receivers to the far side is straight back to pass. They got a bunch of look-ins. There it is. Nice pass, nice pitch and catch.
Who's the tackle on there, Lighty?
17, Tristan Reedy gets the catch.
Manning again on the tackle.
Out over the 50 to the 41. Gain is 24 and a first down.
Manning's another guy that's really developed into his own. Last year, seen some varsity action in that Garfield Heights game, and it translating into tonight.
Well, all of those guys, Manning and Jackson, benefited so much being involved in that run to Columbus by the basketball team last year.
Agree.
In terms of maturity athletically. I formation now. Give, fullback. That worked at the beginning, but Kelvin Torres said not no more. And Savon Chavis joined him.
Just to help him out a little bit.
Going to be loss of a yard. Even though he was driven back to the middle of the sword.
With those interior linebackers have the key on that fullback, and that looks like what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. 9:50 to go first half. Lorain 28. Canada nothing. Shotgun formation now. This is Avery Dowlala, the backup quarterback in. He goes straight back and throws an out, and he's got a man, and it's a nice pitch and catch again. Hard to see over there on the sidelines. That looked like 12 Ewan McDonald. Cam Davis was out there along with Savon Chavis.
Yeah. I wonder if he brought him in because he's the more experienced passer.
He looks like he's got a little bit more size, although they only list him at 6 foot 180. He just looks taller. Maybe it's because his shirt's not tucked in. Under the center, turn, give. Eye back. Nate Melendez, first Titan on the play. Lighty was there. Cairo Smith and Zach Evans as well. Loss of 1. Now, this is how the last series started, Tom, with the loss of 1. It seems to be, it's a different look than the Titans have really seen with the flooding. Now they're a balanced formation now, but the 4 to 1 side seemed to give them a little bit of coverage issue.
They got that wing in there too. It's kind of like a tight end.
Straight back, looking to throw, looks long. He's got nobody. The receiver broke the pattern off Jackson on coverage. Devontae Jackson, Javon Manning were the two closest players to the football.
I think that was just miscommunication because the receiver did an out. It might have been open. Yeah.
Gosh, this is an eerie sky for September.
And we're not even into the hurricane weather yet, are we?
No. Looking over at the light poles on the far side. Single setback for Dowlala. Straight back again, looking near side, now goes far side. Late break on the ball, good catch. First down. 17, Tristan Reedy the catch. Davis on the coverage, but it'll be 1st and 10 at the 14. Deepest penetration by far for St. Joe's.
The Canadian problem on offense is 24, the fullback is their best runner. He comes out on this passing attack.
Right.
You know, usually you keep your best runner in there. You know, the pass will set up his runs will set up the pass.
Now he's in as they go under center in the I formation. Yeah. Bark out signals at the line. Got one-on-one at the top side. Big size on Cam Davis. Let's see if that's what they look for, some sort of a fade. No, they're going to keep it on the ground, straight ahead. This is going to be a score. Nice blocking up front. And Keegan Bertrand straight ahead. The I-back takes it 14 yards to the house. So Football North on the board with Keegan Bertrand, number 11, a 14-yard run. And they will try the placement. That was a really well mixed up drive.
They opened up their passing game a little bit, which opened up, you know, everything. So
snap back, kick just didn't get enough air under it.
It was blocked.
Was it? Who got it?
I didn't catch that.
Well, I'll tell you, it was McCall and Smith in there, but I didn't see which one got it.
He'll come a replay, maybe.
Maybe not. Just a tick under 8 minutes to go in the half, and the Titans, on the strength of 4 long drives, if not long scores, on top 28-6, and getting set to receive. Here's the replay of
that's the pass play. Oh, it's a touchdown play.
And the slow motion. And you know what? That was just good wedge blocking. I didn't see anybody pull or anything. Here's the extra point. Let's see if we can see who got it. It was up the middle, so that made it Cairo Smith. Cairo got it with the forearm. So 28-6. You know, it'll be interesting. One of these weeks, Coach McFarland's going to take the reins off of Dalen Dower.
And let him play a little longer?
Well, he's only had 30 carries in 3 games.
Yeah. Well,
and now 35 in 3.5.
Well, there's 2 games he didn't play much into the second half.
He didn't play at all against Midview in the second half. End over end kick down the near side. Lighty's going to watch it hit and go out of bounds at the 5. And what's good for one is good for the other. I think Coach McFarland will take it at the 35 because he doesn't want anybody else to think about declining it. Doesn't want to put that thought in their heads.
Yeah, that you're allowed to do that in America.
So the Titans will take over 1st and 10 at their 35. Addis has them out. Lucas and Alzier near side. Tarpley's back in on the far side with Thomas. Jackson, give to Dower, straight ahead, makes a cut. He's got 5, 6, 7, 8, lost his gription.
Lost his towel, too.
Now make it 7.
7, yeah.
So 2nd and 3. This time it's Chavis. Same play this side. Chavis bounces it out across the 50, 40, puts the head down, drags people down to about the 32. And it was like, if you're not going to tackle me, I'm not
just
going to
keep
go out
running.
of bounds.
I'm going to keep running. Yeah.
7:26, first half. The Lorain offensive numbers for the half have to be staggering.
Take away a few penalties, they would be really staggering on special teams too.
Yeah, they had the interception called back. Jackson now with Chavis alone there, bubbles it out to Dower. Dower's got blocks. Dower's got one man to beat.
And he beat
Dower
him.
down the sideline to the house.
I didn't catch both of his passes, but they were both relatively long. I mean, he's well over 200 for total offense.
Well, that pass puts him, he was at 178 on the ground, so he's at 210 with the 32 yards there.
And then he had another one earlier. I can't remember how long. Yeah.
That's what we do. We score points. This is looking for point number 35 with Rodriguez. Snap back, good spot, kick up, drives it through.
Nice job.
Mark Rodriguez 5 for 5 on the half, and it's 35-6. 7:17 to go. Every button that Jordan Jackson has pushed has worked. Let's see how it goes here. Jackson's got a touchdown. Chavis has got a touchdown. Evans has got a touchdown. And
Jackson.
Dower's got
two.
So spread it out. Got to get one for Lighty.
Yeah. That's just said. There's the penalties that held him back.
Lighty had a 70-yard interception return called back. I'm looking for you, Rick. Where are you? I see you now. I got you behind the bench.
Yeah, I was just trying to be nosy and listen to what Coach McFarland was saying. He was basically still, coaching up the guys, obviously, talking about what they were looking at on their defensive sets and complimenting them for capitalizing on their mistakes.
That hit an opening, and it bounced out of bounds at the 15. But once again, it doesn't matter where it bounces out once it clears the 35. If you decline it, you get it at the 35. And that's what we'll do again.
He's going to have to start getting that ball to land in that area and stay in bounds.
Yes.
Guys,
they're kicking from the middle of the field. Go ahead.
Real quick, during the week, I had a chance to catch up with Jordan Jackson, and I asked him, going into the season, what were some of his goals? His goals were really just to continue the success they had on the hardwood, carry that over to the football field. And he mentioned over and over again, he said, Rick, I got to get my playmakers the ball, and you can see that tonight.
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
And he's becoming a playmaker in his own rights.
Sure is. Dow Lala, the quarterback, 4 receivers to the top.
Oh, there's a face mask.
There's a jersey sack. Nate Melendez is having himself a night.
Well, he did predict for me 6 sacks tonight.
Well,
6?
6.
That's 2.5 that I think he's had. So the loss is 6. Back to the 29. 6:49 to go. Some more of the Browns towels now coming from the cheerleaders into the student section. As Dowlala leads him out. He's got a single setback back there with him. Trips to the top. And a tight end to that side. Let's see if the Titans pick that up. They didn't have to. Chavis had a hand on him. Oh!
Yeah.
Kelvin Torres with a great drop there. 10 yards down the field in front of the receiver. Got his hands on it. Russell Dixon it was intended for, and after it came off of Torres, Devontae Jackson just had too much forward momentum to get it stopped and catch it. We'll see it again. Chavis with the good rush. Off one and then just too high for Devontae. Clock stopped, 6:17 to go.
But that's great linebacker play when you can stop the fullback on one play,
Yep.
sack someone on the second play, and then and knock down a pass on the third.
And you know, one of the shortcomings of the Titan defense last year was linebacker depth in their drops, and they seem to have corrected that so far this year. Melendez getting double teamed, got taken to the ground. The Dowlala scrambling around with Cairo Smith. Just put a helmet in his armpit as the pass falls harmlessly to the ground, and it'll be 4th down.
Guys, Cairo came in there like a heat-seeking missile. Oh, my goodness.
Well, and I don't know if you could see Nate Melendez on this side, Rick, but you might have to give him credit for something here because he got double-teamed and pulled down.
Yeah.
One thing real quick, guys. If you roll back the tape on last year's Whitmer game, Cairo Smith has transformed his body.
Oh.
And I told him this offseason, we had a chance to work out a couple times, and I told him, I was like, man, you went from roly-poly-oly to a stud.
Yep.
Amazing.
Now.
And his personality has changed, too. He's becoming very much the captain and leader on his team.
High snap. Going to go back inside the end zone. Let's see if Dowlala just falls on it. Gives up 2 rather than 6.
Yeah.
So the 2 is up on the board, but nothing else is. The scoreboard says 6-2, but it is 37-6. Titans now.
Now they're going to get the short field on this placement.
And they've already run one of these back for a touchdown against Midview.
Well, look at the fog rolling in now. This not
was
just
a
selling.
no chance. That was just. Yeah. And smart play here by the punter, who just got down on top of it. That was Kalanji, number 16. Now they have the choice of putting it in play from the 20 with a punt or a place kick.
You know, guys, as this fall continues to roll in, you can feel the water droplets, accumulate on my hands and on me. But what's really, really exciting is that I'm not going to ruin a pair of shoes this year when we're at home.
That's right. That's right.
The fact that with this artificial turf, other than the black pellets that's underneath here, guys, this thing is amazing. I want to, coach throw on the pads and some cleats and run a couple plays out here.
Well, the other thing that's incredible is the way it drains. It's the sand and gravel base underneath it, and it's, it doesn't feel like it when you walk on it, but it's like on a big sponge.
Yeah.
And it just sucks the water in, and then any runoff, of course, there's drains all the way around the track.
And Jay, what was nice, too, is the fact that these boys haven't been able to stay off the field. They've been on it since it's been installed. They've been practicing since day one,
Yep.
And they'll play on artificial fields all 10 games and into the playoffs.
Right. Kalanji puts it in play with the placement. That's over here to the cheerleaders. That almost hit Honester Davidson on the sideline. Now, he's saying we get the ball right there.
No. We get the ball.
At the 44.
Well, it's 20.
Or, let's see, you're right. I forgot they kicked from the 20.
Yeah.
Are we going to get it at the 45?
Isn't it 35 yards from where we kicked it from?
25 yards from the kick.
25 yards, yes.
So it'll put it in play at the north 45.
Yeah.
Titans already across midfield on the errant placement. 37-6 with 5:58 to go. Clock never started after the safety because the kick went out of bounds. Lighty is over here behind Evans. I keep looking for something to come his way.
Yeah, I'm looking for that little. He's going
Now
on
he's
the other
switch
side.
Sides just to see what they do, and they bring Kalanji over with him. Jackson barks it out. Snap straight ahead to Chavis. Chavis off one, inside down near the 41. And 9 of the 11 St. Joe's defenders bring him down.
And that's because one of them had to tie his shoe.
You know, this is kind of a, you know, Savon Chavis is quite an athlete, but this is really a thunder and lightning. And that's not to sell Dalen Dower's power or Savon Chavis' speed short. But they bring a package. Whistle.
I think it's offside.
Offsides. So after the gain of 3, it'll be 5 more. It'll be second down and 2 at the 37. You know who's not tired? That offensive line is not tired.
I think they're having a good game.
They are having fun, too.
Yeah, they're having a good game.
Artie Lucas just started clapping after the flag. Now Dower comes out here behind Evans, and Lighty is in the backfield. Let's see if they run something to the wide side for him. Jackson wanted to run an option, and it just got busted up.
Well, it's a block, yeah.
So Lighty throws him a block.
Oh, no, you should, yeah, keep going wide.
He's going to get a first down out of it. Wow. You know, there's an unselfish player.
Yeah.
They bring the ball, they bring him into the backfield to try and run an option to get him the ball outside. The play is broken up by the defender, so instead of watching, he comes back and cracks back for his quarterback, and they pick up 3 yards for the first down. And there's another North player, A.J. Richmond, 6 foot, 190-pound linebacker down and walking off. Titans will come over. 4:42 to go in the half. Now they go right back out as the injured player walked off. It's Dower and Chavis in the backfield with Jordan. There's the end around. Oh, he can run all night. Tyshawn Lighty, one man to beat and forget it.
He just ran right by him, yep. He didn't put on a mover on it, he just ran right by him.
He didn't want to put the guy on the ground, I don't think.
Wow, I feel bad for number 18, the guy that was out on an island, Coach and Jay. That guy was.
He was, wasn't he?
I'd love to have an up-close look at Zach Evans' face as he was down there close watching that guy trying to tackle Tyshawn.
Check out the replay.
There's the pitch, and the whole team bought on the fake, and it's over here. But Zach's the only one down there. There was no chance. Field level? Nah. Snap back on the extra point kick. Never got it. Got his foot caught in the turf. No good.
Got it blocked.
He never got it off the ground.
Kicked it right into the line.
Yeah. Never got that one off the ground. So I think that's officially the first kick that Mark Rodriguez has missed. And that was just maybe it's fatigue when you try 6 of them in a half. The one in Elyria was a bad snap.
Yeah, we knew that. Was a wet ball. Wet ball.
But I mean, that was. So it's 4:25 to go in the half, 43-6. Unless something drastic happens, we'll start the second half with the clock running.
This Canadian team has given up 45, 55, and 40 points in the last 3 games.
This is their 5th game already, as they started a week before.
With a Columbus team. They played a Columbus team, Cardinal Mooney and Steubenville, and then a Pennsylvania team. So they've been around the block again.
So Rodriguez will put it in play from the 40, from south to north. I mean, I'm looking down there, and Jordan Jackson and Dalen Dower have headsets on. There's an end-over-end kick slicing to the near side. That's going to bounce back to the receiver at the 13. Picked up there, makes a move to the middle. Got a hole now, and again gets a nice return out near the 38-yard line. That's number 3, Arthur Hamlin, the defensive back.
Looks like they could find a place for him on offense, doesn't it?
Sure
They say he's the best player. Like I said, he's already got his Division I scholarship to, I think he said Cornell.
Well, that's yeah.
Ivy League.
Mike Smith there on the tackle for the Titans. And North will put the ball in play at the 38. Now, they found a little offense last series as they took the ball 65 yards to score. Malik Weatherspoon just got his shoe tied by the official. Straight back to pass. Under some pressure, got it out here, out of bounds. Caught by Russell Dixon. Nice pitch and catch there. Out to the 44. Gain of 6 is going to make it 2nd and 4. Clock stops on the out of bounds. Weatherspoon's over the ball right now. Melendez and McCall are the ends. Smith and Torres in the middle. And Chavis and Zach Evans, the backers. Out here on an island is Devontae Jackson. Under center, up. Now it's.
I don't know if Lorain went all the way offside. He jumped.
No, it's on.
It's on them.
Cam Davis is the cornerback outside the numbers on the far side. Also defensively out there, Adrian Mills, 26, is in at safety, replacing Lighty. And Manning and Adrian Mills would be a starting tailback on a lot of teams, as would Jalen Cheers.
Yes. Well, we're going to see probably a lot of them
I would think.
in the second half.
Dowlala brings the setback back with him. Whistle, timeout, St. Joe's. With
I think there's
4:12
some
to go.
confusion. You see the quarterback was moving the backs around.
And so the Titans will huddle with Coach McFarland on the sideline. Situation 2nd down and 9. You know, Tom, a lot of things have gone really well for the Titans. I mean, when you look at this field and the transformation of the stadium. But another new addition down there is an anonymous donor with the water buffalo. And what might you ask, a water buffalo? Well, it is a...
Maybe someone can zoom in on it here sometime.
Container down there that holds 35 gallons of water and ice. And it's got 8 hoses coming off of it, and it's pressurized so that the guys just have to give it a squirt and get all the water they want. Tracy Men just said, I don't have to fill the water up at all at practice. Snap back to Dowlala. Evans has got him in his sights. Evans, he didn't let go.
Yeah, he just held on and waited for the,
It was a jersey tackle, and it's a big loss.
Then
Nate Melendez said, I have the ball.
I have the ball. What happened, guys?
Back at the 30.
Yeah.
So the loss was 9.
The referees might want to check Zach Evans' gloves because he looked like Spider-Man stuck to the quarterback.
You know what? It was that commercial that's been on lately with Stephon Diggs.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. He couldn't let go of things.
Yeah.
327.
Had the mailbox.
What do you got on 3rd and 18? Straight ahead give. I don't know. It's not going to get there. Savon Chavis holds him up and gives some friends a shot.
Yeah, they figured that fullback dive out.
Yeah. Torres was out there along with Chavis. There's the water buffalo that we were just speaking of on the sidelines. You can see it on the camera now. And they fill that up and throw some ice in before the game, and it stays cold. And you can see each hose allows the player to grab the hose and take a drink. The pressure will push the water through all 8 of them at once. 2:48 to go in the half. Snap back, punt blocked.
McCall.
Picked up, not picked up, but doesn't matter who comes up with it.
Lorain going to get the ball right there.
Is that Weatherspoon that got through there?
No, that was McCall.
Is it? Is he
Yeah.
on the bottom? You're right, Malik McCall. And then Melendez came up with the ball. They were all there. Let's look at it again. Titans are going to have the ball on the 14. With 2:39 to go. Here's the replay of the blocked punt. From the far end, up over the personal protector. And you're right, it was Malik McCall, number 8 with the block. And that was just a slow kick. The snap took
Good
forever.
snap. I mean, yeah. I mean,
It might have been a little slow, but it was a good snap. Now whistle timeout North. And I don't think they have 11. I think that's the issue right there.
Yeah, someone's coming in here right now late.
So the Titans will come back over and talk it over with Coach Matt Killian. And
I seen Jackson going in there. Is that Devon Jackson going in 10?
is he going to play quarterback?
I don't know.
Jason Whitehead also out there. I'm looking.
I see. Maybe he's just listening.
He's been playing wide receiver as well. So I'm just trying to see who's on the sideline and not out there. And I don't see any of the offensive starters on the sideline right now.
Guys, one of the guys that's in the game, you mentioned his name earlier, was Darian Martinez. One thing you would not know about Darian is he is an avid angler.
Is he?
So if you guys ever want to go out and catch some big fish out in Lake Erie, he knows where they're biting.
Really?
And he is an amazing young man. I had a chance to meet him this summer, and he would definitely tell you where the fish are biting in Lake Erie.
The coaches call him Sideshow Bob for his haircut. Jackson, corner of the end zone, Lighty. Oh, Tyshawn's going to see that one in his
Over his
sleep.
head, yep.
Hit him in a bad spot. Right through the hands.
Yeah, he typically doesn't drop that ball, guys.
No. But I guess if you're going to drop one 43-6 in the second quarter, it's a pretty good time. Now, Edwards lines up inside of Lighty. Evans is out on the far side on the numbers. Chavis. Nothing there that time. Still going to move the pile for a couple.
A couple yards.
Now it's 3rd down and 8, 9. Let's see what happens on this play. Might we see a field goal attempt?
I hope so. Well, I'd like to see a touchdown, but if they don't, I'd like to see a field goal attempt.
Evans goes out to the far side. Lighty joins him. Cario Edwards on the near side is out 20. Jackson takes it straight back, wants Edwards. He comes back for it. He gets it down to the 7.
Is that enough for, not enough for a first, is it, though?
Make it 4th down and 3. Now, I see Kelvin Torres out there. That's the field goal unit. Coach Patterson's got him set to go, waiting for.
Sometimes you call timeout in this case just to get everyone organized and set.
Well, the clock is ticking. McFarland and Killian talk it over.
And that's what they're going to do, guys. Coach McFarland told the umpire he wants a timeout at 1 second left.
Okay.
How much time's on the clock?
1:05 to go in the half.
We're going to try to get Coach McFarland going into the half as well.
I think he's sending Jackson and Lighty and Evans and Edwards back out to join Dower and Chavis. Timeout, Lorain. Nope, we are going to kick. 45 seconds to go in the half. And it's the field goal unit. Mark Rodriguez leads them out. Kelvin Torres is the long snapper, 51. Ethan Nickel, 82, is the holder. And it will be 23 yards, a little bit more than an extra point with an angle.
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't think you're allowed to practice, are you?
I thought they snapped before the whistle was signaled. That was really strange. Now Weatherspoon comes in, and he's number 12, but he's player 11. Now there's a flag. And it's 5 yards on Lorain for proceeding illegally. Now, if you're going to kick it on 4th and 3, you're certainly going to kick it on 4th and 8. Back to the 28-yard line. I don't know how the clock started. Since it was a timeout and there was a penalty dead ball, how we lost 7 seconds, but I don't think either side is going to care
about it. I don't
now
think.
There's a timeout, Lorain, and they're going to put the offense back in.
I'll let them try.
So I'm not sure. Maybe we didn't have a 4th and 3 play, but we got a good 4th and 8 play.
We don't have that NFL line where the range for the field goal is yet.
The only yellow lines on the field we have are the soccer lines. So Addis leads the line out. Evans and Edwards are near side. Lighty is alone on the far side. Jackson will have Dower and Chavis with him. I think you might see some sort of an option to the top.
Option right.
Straight back, he wants a fade for Lighty. Lighty makes great adjustments when the ball's in the air, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
12 yards, Tyshawn Lighty.
Great adjustments, but,
yeah, he was.
But great ball.
Yes, absolutely.
He put it there where he was the only person who could catch it after the adjustment.
12-yard pass to Tyshawn. And, Tyshawn's got the last 2, but with a little bit of luck, Tyshawn Lighty could have 4. That is. So the North will put the ball in play once again from the 35. Not a whole lot other than one drive has gone right for them. Now they'll go under center I formation, and I think that you might be right here.
I think
Mr.
they only got 2
Fowler.
linemen. Oh, here he comes, okay.
Offset the I, give to the tailback. Met in the backfield, that's Jalen Shears. He holds him up and lets some of his friends have a shot. Shears with the initial contact. Cam Davis came up from the corner as well. And also on the play was Dominic Delapola, number 59. The sophomore getting a little bit of rep.
Yeah, going into the locker room.
That'll do it. So we've played 2 quarters here at the new George Daniel Field, and the Titans with a big lead, 50-6 at the half. We'll take a break and let's see if we can get Coach McFarland before we take that break. Rick Amador and Terry Trout on the field. We'll walk and
Coach
talk.
McFarland, 50-6. Let's talk about your defensive performance in the first half.
Well, I thought they played really well, except that drive there. I think we were up 21 or 28, and I think we got sloppy. We didn't pay attention to detail, and that's what upsets me. Our kids have to, if we're going to be a good team, we got to be focused on doing the little things all the time.
And, Coach, your offense put up 50 points. Can you get some thoughts about that?
Well, we got our offensive line's coming along.
He only has
It's
6
getting better and
carries for
better and better. I
178
knew
yards
we
already.
got skill guys,
Yeah.
but they're not very good without an offensive line. And Jordan Jackson's, he's turning into one of the better quarterbacks in the area.
Thanks, Coach, for the time. Guys, that's Coach Dave McFarland, the coach of the Titans. 50-6 at the half.
Well, he
Back up to you.
Hadn't pushed many wrong buttons tonight, 50-6, as you say. And the marching Titans prepare to take to the field, so we'll step away and be back with third quarter action.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
I started mentoring my mentee, Dantre, 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it. It always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important to anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
In an instant, life can change. Hi, I'm veteran J.R. Martinez. If you've been hurt or disabled due to your service, the last thing you need to do is hurry up and wait for a VA claims decision. Make sure you file an electronic, fully developed claim or e-claim for disability compensation on e-benefits. It's the fastest and easiest way to get a claims decision. Learn more at ebenefits.va.gov. E-claims and e-benefits. Online VA claims made simple.
Welcome back to George Daniel Field, set for the second half kickoff. Lorain will receive. Spinning kick comes down to, that's Cario Edwards, who bounces it to the outside at the 25, dragged down by his arm at the 26. So that's where the Titans will put it in play, and the clock will, once they spot the ball, the clock will spin. It's 50-6, and the rule is a 30-point or greater lead. So let's see what the Titans come out with. Looks like the starters. First offense. Clock running right now as they spot the ball.
See, a lot of coaches will say you get one series.
Give them a series.
Yeah, give a series.
Titans had 397 yards of offense in the first half, unofficially. They had Jordan Jackson with 100 on 7 of 8 through the air. Dalen Dower, 6 carries for 178. 2 to the far side. Jackson takes it, goes straight back, in trouble. Jackson's going to throw it up in the air toward Edwards, out of play. Got away with that one. Got it to the sideline because that thing was flying on one wing, Tom. And one of the North players is down, and that is the one time that the clock will stop.
I didn't see what happened. I mean, was it a lot of linebackers blitzing, or is that just the down lineman came through there like a sieve?
I don't know if they were trying to – I thought from the initial move they were trying to set up a screen, but I didn't see a screen man.
He might got caught up in the blitz.
Yeah.
Guys,
go ahead.
I was able to talk to Coach Honester Davidson. I said, Coach, what do you tell the boys when you have a 50-6 lead, as we do here at the half? And the first thing he says, you got to execute, Rick. You know, just because we got a score, like the score is the way that it is, we're not rubbing it in.
Right.
We just need to execute.
Right.
And that's true for all, 48 minutes.
We only had 11 on the field. That could have been part of it. Now Isaiah McDowell comes in the backfield. Jackson calls out the signals. It's second, and they give straight ahead. That's Chavis. Chavis with the first down out near the 40. He's still standing. Looks like a rugby scrum. He's out to the 39. Give him 12 and a first, maybe the 40 even. Give him 12 or 13 and a first down. And Edwards is sent to the sidelines as he got caught up in the mix there. 17, Sam Clark, the JV quarterback, is going to come in at wide receiver. He goes out with Evans.
And, guys, Isaiah McDowell is politicking for the ball.
No doubt about it. And he gets it.
He got it.
Isaiah with the ball. Don Nottingham-like. Remember the human bowling ball? Out of Kent State University.
That reminds me of one of those plays that you see on the Turkey Bowl back behind George Daniel where the kid comes out of nowhere rumbling through the line like that.
Well, it looks like they got 2 fullbacks in there now with Chavis and
McDowell. And now Devontae Jackson comes in to take some snaps. Edwards back in with Clark on the near side. Sophomore backup QB, Devontae Jackson, turns, gives straight ahead Chavis. Chavis hit at the line, dropped the football. That's going to be White, I believe.
Everyone's pointing that direction anyway.
Let's see. Recovered by the Titans is the signal from the side. I'm not sure if that was 17 Sam Clark or 75 Arthur Lucas on the football. But it was definitely free. Gain was 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Edwards and Evans to the far side. Clark near side single. Straight back. Jackson wants to throw. Gets the rush, picks up. Jackson brings it down. He might have been across the line.
I think he was well across, wasn't he? Yeah.
It's going to be a big gainer to Zach Evans, but it's going to all come back as Devontae was definitely, at first glance, across the 45-yard line. Big gain to Zach Evans going to come back. And like everyone, when Devontae took off, I thought he was just going to run for the first down.
I think everyone thought so.
Everyone but Zach Evans, because he kept playing. That's a big throw on the run, by the way.
Is that a loss of downs on that one?
Loss of down.
Guys, even though there's an infraction on that play, you got to appreciate him still keeping his eyes down the field.
Yeah.
Just
Here.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just looking at the replay, and let's see where he got to. It was close. I think that's a bad call, Tom. I think his 1 foot was still behind the line. And you're right, Rick. Even though it was called back, it was a great play. 4th and 9. Now it's 1st and 10. Jackson didn't make out so good there, Rick. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, you just like to see with more repetition that at that play he realizes where he needs to flatten out. But he heads up play by Devontae right there. Obviously, he paid the price taking that sack there.
Yes, he did. So it goes over on downs at the 31.
This is one of the few times the clock will stop.
On a change of possession and an injury or a timeout.
Yep.
7 minutes to go. Now Coach Huff is out on the field switching footballs with somebody.
Usually the officials come over and get the ball from him.
Coach Huff getting a little airtime.
Coach Huff is trying to show off those legs.
Mm-hmm.
Or that orange jersey.
Those are sharp shirts.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Pressure on the defense here as it starts from the 31. Give to the fullback goes nowhere, maybe loss of a half. That was a kind of a middle of the defense thing. I see Melendez there.
Adrian Mills is in now.
Weatherspoon got off the bottom of it. Torres and Smith are still in the middle. Jalen Cheers is at one linebacker. Zach Evans on the near side at backer. The secondary is Mills and Manning, the safeties. Jackson and Davis, the corners. Trips to the near side on 2nd and 10. Single setback. Movement in the line for the Titans is going to cost them. Then Matt Weatherspoon got off a little early there. So that'll move it down to the 25. And if you listen close, you can hear Bill Grooms in the background.
Yeah. You can almost excuse him because he's using his quickness against those 285-pounders there.
Yeah, he's 165 pounds with his pads on. I formation, fumble the snap, picked up by the QB, but not going anywhere, is Dowlala. And if we look down at the bottom there, we'll see Melendez, McCall, and Weatherspoon, along with Jalen Cheers. So it will be 3rd and 5, and this has not been a clinic the beginning of the third quarter. And we're under 5 minutes already. I formation. under center. Now single setback. You know, what they will do now, you know, that's Keegan Bertrand going nowhere. But what, you know, you keep playing, and Football North will put some things on film that they want to see and they want other teams to see. Because if you see it, you have to prepare for it. So we might see them, you know, clear out the playbook. 4th and 5. And when you're trailing 50-6 and there's 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, you're at why not time.
I seen their big fullback, 24, almost stayed in the game.
You noticed early on, he comes out when they throw it, and he's their best runner.
Stick, now. Don't bail out too far. Don't bail out of there.
Snap back, wants to throw, steps up, going to run, first down and more, slides at the 17. That's going to be half the distance as coming in late on the slide. And now, and here's where the Titans have to be careful. More flags. There's another one. Now the clock hadn't stopped yet. Cairo Smith is the Titan who's being pulled out. Mike Smith, no relation, comes in at linebacker. And the one thing you don't want at 50-6 is somebody getting heave-o.
Yeah, because they do have to play another game next week.
Yeah, remember, if you dead ball unsportsmanlike Titans twice. Personal foul and unsportsmanlike. So it goes half the distance, half to the distance, down to the 5, where it'll be 1st and goal.
I believe the first one was kind of like a targeting on the
the first
slide.
one was the slide. As soon as he gives himself up, you can't go in like that at any level. And then didn't see what happened in the pushing and shoving. That was the unsportsmanlike. We're at 2:22 and the clock is still running. This is taking a minute and a half to mark off the penalties. Titans hold them a couple plays here. It could end the quarter. Confusion now from St. Joseph's. Comes straight back, handed off. Got a couple, but not much more than a yard. Mills was in there, along with McCall, Torres.
Now Smith took over for
Smith,
so maybe you got to get some linebacker play out of him.
Yeah.
Because someone got to take over the heir apparent for that position.
Well, that's
There's
what
two
they've
graduates.
got to find.
Some linebackers
some
here.
young front sevens. 3 underclassmen on defense. Manning, Jackson, and Chavis. Straight back to throw, fade pattern up over Cam Davis over everybody. Cam used the sideline as a defender nicely.
Yeah.
That's 6'3" over 5'6". But we know what a tenacious defender Cam is from.
I seen it in his basketball playing days.
I was going to say from basketball.
I think he intercepted a pass and won a game for him down in the playoffs, didn't he?
He made a key steal in the regional finals against Toledo St. John's when they were down a point with under a minute to go.
And he will guard the biggest guy on the court. He has no fear.
None. That's what happens when you grow up with 4 brothers. Shotgun formation, 3rd and goal at the 4. Let's see if he throws it out to the wide side this time. He's got twins backed out of there a little early. There's the slant, and there's a penalty on Jackson. Devontae had contact at the 1.
That's a half a distance penalty then.
Now somebody's getting sent off for Lorain.
Zach's coming off.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for the third quarter. So while they sort this out, we're going to step away. End of the third quarter, it's 50-6 Lorain. Back with more after this.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Back here at George Daniel, we've switched ends to start the fourth quarter, and it is 50-6 Lorain. Now the ball was spotted at the 4, which is where it was before the incomplete pass. There was a flag on the play, which I was certain was on Devontae Jackson, so I don't know if that official was overruled or picked it up, but it is fourth down and goal from the 4-yard line here. Dow Lala goes under center. Single setback. Turn, give straight ahead. Titans are going to take over.
And McDowell.
Isaiah McDowell, number 40, submarines the runner in the backfield down at the 5. And the Titans take over on downs with 11:42 to go. Good stand. Clock stopped for an injured player. That player was the running back, 22, Tyler Benyette. Tracy Menges out there. Taking a look. Next week here at George Daniel with Football North Clarkson, we have First Responders Night as the Titans honor first responders. The Titan trainers sponsoring that. Now I see a lot of the JVs out there. Devontae Jackson, number 10, looks to be going to be the quarterback. I see 17, Sam Clark. 82, Ethan Nickel. McDowell is still out there.
It looks like a lot of the same linemen, though.
Well, 75, Big Lucas is out there. 71, Addis is out there.
A lot of them are seniors, but inexperienced seniors, so this is helping.
I've got number 6, and I don't have a number 6. Okay. The Football North player is up and being carried off. So that was a little bit more than the wind or fatigue. So the situation is, with the clock stopped, the St. Joe's.
Guys, number 6 is Anthony Harley.
It is Anthony Harley, and I knew that. Anthony Harley will be in the backfield, too.
So you got the varsity line is in. Some
Yes,
of the,
you do.
The skill players are some of the JVs.
And, that's what you do to give them a chance.
Mm-hmm. Did you see this, the change in strategy on Canadian North's defenses thing is they're bringing everybody all the time.
Which is a very LEL thing to do. We're going to send more than you can block. Now, their defense features 4 down linemen. The 3 linebackers are stacked right behind. And then the safety is up in the box. Jackson McDowell cuts it back. McDowell out near the 10. They'll give him the 10 for a gain of 5, and that sets the clock spinning. We'll be under 11 minutes as the Titans, as Jackson jogs to the sidelines to get a play from Killian. Addis is already over the ball. Anthony Harley and Isaiah McDowell in the straight back. It's McDowell again. McDowell got
I don't know where his forward progress is, but I think it's out to about the 13 or 14.
Yeah, I'm going to say he got 3 on that. He was hitting the backfield, but he gets down so low. Give him the 14 that they were knocking each other off, and he was just spinning. 3rd down and call it 1.
See, now you want to run a little counter. Fake it to him and hand it back.
Jackson's going to keep it. Devontae Jackson 1st down and a lot more, out over the 25, the 30, knocked out of bounds near the 35. Nice run and great read by Devontae as he did pull it there and kept it for the 1st down. Now, inbounds are out. The clock spins.
Yeah.
Here
Guys,
it is.
Jacob Addis had a nice block on that one, kicking the guy out from his center position. Great block.
And Devontae, makes the good move. Got to learn to get out of bounds a little quicker. He took a shot unnecessarily there. Back to live action. Now whistle timeout. One of the officials as the Football North running back, Aiden Arnott-Smith, who also plays defense, hobbled off. So now this might be the timeout for, we've got another player down on one knee, and that is Malik Youssef, number 9, the linebacker. Well, the haze is cleared, Tom.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
And all in all, I mean, even with the running clock, this half is not proceeding
as fast as you thought it would be.
Right. It gives us a chance to recap the first half. Titans first possession on the board. Jordan Jackson on a 6-yard run after Dalen Dower took it the first 68 on his first carry of the game, and it was 7-0 with Rodriguez's kick. Then next possession was Savon Chavis with a 30-yard straight up the middle run, and Rodriguez again converted. The third one in the first quarter was Zach Evans with a 26-yard catch, and again Rodriguez converted. 21-0 at the end of one. Now we're set to play. Devontae Jackson with McDowell and Harley. Nickel is the receiver to the near side. Sam Clark is out 30 to the far side. This is Harley. Good leg drive by Anthony. Harley's going to make something out of nothing. He moves the stack for 3 or 4. See where they put it. Here it is again. Makes a good cut, takes a hit, keeps the leg drive going. Anthony Harley's another one of those guys like Weatherspoon that you look at the numbers in the program and don't really believe him. Of course, he's not even in the program. But Anthony Harley may be 175 pounds.
He runs like a fullback.
Yep.
Leg turning.
Shotgun again. Snap back. Option. Pitch to Harley. Harley trying to turn the corner. He gets a couple and run out at about the 41 or 42. They give him the 41. So that'll be a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4. And we are 8:15 and the clock's still running.
And number 21, Caesar Jeter checked in.
Okay. Jeter looks like he's going to line up in the backfield now, although now Jackson comes back out. Harley and McDowell are still in there. Now Cario Edwards is going to come back, and Jeter's going to split wide. Edwards in the slot. Clark to the far side. They like the Twins to the wide side, that's for sure. He throws it to Cario Edwards, who gets hit, puts his head down, gets out near the first down, going to be just short. 4th and 1 at the 44. I don't think there's any decision that we need to worry about here, Tom.
I think you run McDowell for the 1-yarder.
Unless you've got something that you want
to test out, yeah.
North to see for next week, but you're going to be running it with your
yeah.
twos. Jackson, McDowell hitting the backfield. Going to have the first down as he just leg drive, moves the sticks. And again, it doesn't stop because of the score, so we're at the 46-yard line, almost the 47, 1st and 10, and the clock goes under 6.5. Rick, where you at?
Jay,
yes,
I'm
I
over
see
here
on the
catching up
track.
on the sideline with varsity wrestler Armando Lopez.
Okay.
I'm pleading with this young man that in 2 years, or in 2 years, we're going to need a running back.
Yeah.
And this young man was part of the Pioneer program where Savon Chavis came from, T.Y. Leidy. He took off this year from football to concentrate on varsity wrestling, but he said he'll be back next year.
Great.
Armando Lopez, remember that name.
There's the
Second
counter.
man
There's
through
the
is
counter.
Harley with the head down, crosses the 50 to about the 49 for, give him 5. 5:45 to go. Each play is taking about a minute.
Yeah. You got to take 15 to 20 seconds just to get the official before he sets the 25-second clock.
Right. And they are in no hurry. And Devontae Jackson's coming over to the sideline each play. Now Adrian Mills is in the backfield with Mike Smith. 26 Mills, 38 Smith. Give to Smith. Following Mills into the line, lost a yard, back to the 50. Despite where you may see him.
You got to set it exactly on the 50.
Yep. And the clock is ticking under 5 minutes. Now we were at 5:45 when we snapped the ball. We're now at 4:45, and we haven't even broken the huddle. Beyond Smith, 74. And
I'd like to see this Jackson throw a little pass.
he's got an arm.
Yeah.
Yusuf Alzir gets the rest of the night off. 3rd and along 6. Jackson keeps it from Mills. He's in trouble. Now he might run the clock out. Now he just decides that's enough. Then he gets landed on. 4th down, loss of
about 4.
About 4 back. It's going to be 4th and a long 10, and we go under 4 minutes.
You know, one of the things that if there's anything you could take from the film this week is a lot of leakage on that front side, right side of that offensive line, but I'm sure they're going to coach that up, clean that up a little bit, because down the road, quarterback's going to need a lot of protection to make those big plays.
All right, now next week we'll see another team, another Canadian team, Football North Clarkson version comes in. We are now under 3:40 as the Titans line up. Jackson signals to his receivers, but I doubt that this goes in the air. Oh, I'm wrong. Pump fake, rollout, he's going to keep it. Nope, he's going to throw. Oh my gosh, it's open as Denny's. Ethan Nickel, one man to beat. Ethan Nickel to the house.
Oh, but I see an illegal man downfield signal coming.
Yeah, I do too.
How many touchdowns have been called back? 3?
3. Now the flag is all the way back, and they've stopped the clock. Timeout North, because if that's a loss of down, it's their ball. So the excitement for naught, let's see what we can see. There, okay. Well, he was 2 yards downfield standing still.
Again, I know it was called back, but to have his eyes downfield, that's huge.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yep.
So many times kids want to tuck. I mean, they want to tuck and run all the time. So hopefully Jordan's watching that there are plays to be made, even when the play breaks down with blocking up front.
Now with experience, he'll start to learn where the line of scrimmage is at.
Well, he wasn't over the line of scrimmage. It was one of his linemen, which is why it's not loss of down, and the Titans offense will come back on the field at 4th and 15. North has taken a timeout. Jackson goes back out there. Nickel is going to be to the near side still. Mills is going to be back in the backfield with Jackson and Smith. Caesar Jeter is flanked to the far side, and out wide is Sam Clark. Now substitution. We got too many? No, that's a tackle coming in. Dominic Witter's coming in to play tackle. Snap back, gives straight ahead. Oh, pitch, option. Nice catch by Mills. Pulls it down, but he's going to only get a couple, and the ball's going to go over on downs with 2:44 to go. And they're trying to wind the clock.
You don't wind the clock on this one, do you?
Well, the back judge was certainly trying to wind it. I think once it's spotted, you wind it. See? The back judges.
I thought an exchange of
I did
possession.
Too.
But
he's yelling.
Yeah.
Now the referee starts it, and it's obeyed. And as a clock operator, that's what you're taught. Watch the man in the white shirt, the white hat, rather. Straight back to throw. This is the third quarterback. Shakes off a blitzer, but that blitzer doesn't give up. That was nice work there by Jalen Cheers, 33. He missed him going once each way, but he didn't give up.
Yeah.
Quarterback started the game at wide receiver, Russell Dixon, number 2.
Guys, Dominic Della Paula's in at nose tackle.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm sorry, right defensive end.
Okay. He got a couple plays in the first half. Back to throw. Quick out. Ball up in the air. I think that's a Titan recovery.
Yeah. See, the official signaled it.
Mike Smith ended up on the ball.
It was a nice catch, but he tried to come back in.
There was a big hit. Was that Javon Manning again?
I didn't catch the number, guys.
I didn't either, but that was a big hit. They wind the clock with 1:38 to go. Do we have the previous play, Mr. Bach? Here it comes. Thank you. There's the good throw. And that's a big hit with the helmet right on the ball. And that's Mr. Harley. Anthony Harley, number 6, with the big hit defensively. And then Mike Smith on the fumble recovery.
Jay, can you recap some of them gaudy offensive numbers for the Titans, especially Dower and Leidy, if you got those?
Well, what I have on Dower is 6 rushes for 178 and 2 receptions for, I believe, 52, including one of 32 that was a touchdown. I have Jordan Jackson as 7 of 8 for 100 yards and a couple touchdowns and 1 on the ground. Savon Chavis had 6 for 77 on the ground. Tyshawn Leidy at the half had 1 carry for 34 yards and a touchdown, 2 receptions for 13 yards and a touchdown. He had an interception that he returned 70 yards that got called back. They got the interception, but not the touchdown. And with 20 seconds to go, the Titans are in victory formation. That is the same both north and south of the border. Devontae Jackson leads the backups off, and this one belongs to the Titans. It was 50-6 at the half, and that's how it ended, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you'd like, I can get a couple players and
I would
interview
like
them
to.
here shortly.
Yeah. Okay. But Tom, while he gets some players, we started to recap earlier. It was 21-0 at the end of one on touchdowns by Jackson, Chavis, and Evans. But Dower had 2 carries for 105.
Already, yes.
And start the second quarter, Dower took 155 yards for the 4th touchdown, and the 4th conversion made it 28-0. Then North got on the board with their only drive of the night, and it was about a 12-yard touchdown pass that got them on the board. Titans came right back with Dower again on a 32-yard pass, and the kick again made it 35-6. The next possession, North went back to punt, and the ball sailed over the punter's head by about 6 feet, ended up in the end zone. Wisely, he covered it. It was a safety. Following the free kick and the safety, Lighty on an end around took it 34 yards, and the extra point that time didn't work, and it was 43-6. And then finally, with 31 seconds left in the half, on a beautifully thrown hookup from Jackson to Lighty on a fade in the corner of the north end zone, it made it 50-6 as Rodriguez added the extra point. And in the second half, with the running clock, quite honestly, not a lot happened. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you're the guys with the 50, you don't care as long as everybody stays healthy and doesn't get in trouble.
And that didn't happen.
And that's what they did. So we're very happy to go away here. 3-1 on the season now for the Titans at 50-6. Titans huddle up after the game. Rick Amador is down there. So, Tom, while we wait for him, final thoughts from you.
We're going to see another Canadian team next week. It should be a better team. This team's only been in existence for 2 years.
Here comes the airplane. Dalen Dower. This has become a Titan tradition. He goes into the hangar and they all fall down.
Yeah. But the team that's coming up next week has been in existence 3 years,
right.
A little more experience. They're getting some of the better players. So it should be a game that you'll want to come and see.
Absolutely, and there was just a great night out here with the presence of some of the Browns and the dedication of the field. And an offensive explosion from the Titans, almost 400 yards in the first half. And they walk out of here with a 50-6 win. So, for my partners, Tom Bauer and Rick Amador, for
guys, I got some of the stars here today. Okay. First and foremost, Dalen Dower. Let's talk about your gaudy performance. 6 touches for 178 yards on the ground. Let's get your thoughts on the game.
We had a game executed. That's all I got to say.
Now, you had some huge lanes, and your effort was amazing. Let's talk about your offensive line. What did they do today?
The offensive line, they came in. They watched a lot of film this weekend and all throughout the week. So they came in here very prepared and knowing what they were going to do, and they just executed.
How did it feel with those cleats on this new field?
Fume, fume, fume. I don't know if y'all know that. That's a car. That's a NASCAR.
Great job, Dalen. Keep it up. And, guys, I'm joined tonight by 2 of the defensive stalwarts tonight, Nate Melendez and Mr. McCall. Guys, you lived in that Canadian backfield all night tonight. Let's talk about what they showed you and how you were able to be so successful.
We just knew they were really big coming into the game. We knew how we had to play with our speed, get through the gaps right, and wasn't really much to show in the beginning until the probably middle of the second quarter, and then we switched a little things up, and we got back there and started making plays.
Now, you were able to block that punt. Take us through that play real quick that was, pretty much put the game in check.
Well, I was on the D-line. I just faked them one way, then I ripped low and got around them and just sprint full speed the hardest I could to block it.
Now, Nate, we made a gaudy bet with me. You said 6 sacks today. We got to be unofficially for 2.5. We should have made an official bet, but let's get your thoughts on what you were doing out there.
I just wanted to come out here, do my best, and just show everybody I can play football.
And last but not least, McCall, with the Browns being here tonight, Did that give you guys a little more added juice to allow them to only put up 6 points tonight?
Yeah, we just came in like trying to be the best defense and hold them down to 0. We just got to pay attention to more detail and just practice harder at practice Monday.
Great job today, young man, and enjoy this victory with the rest of your team.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
Hey, Rick, that's two guys you can tell they're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
They're winning 50-6, and we got to go back to work on Monday and take care of the little things.
Details. Yeah.
And that's Coach McFarland and Coach Grooms. So now for Rick Amador and Tom Bauer. For Joe Bach, Bob Schlenbaker, Terry Trout. Oh, he's got one more. He's got quarterback Jordan Jackson down there. Go ahead, Rick.
Jordan, let's talk about the 50-point outburst your offense put up today. Let's get some of your thoughts.
I feel like we came into this game knowing that we could dominate, going in with a lot of confidence, knowing like the team from Canada, but we knew they was bigger, but we knew we had more speed, we was faster.
Now, Jordan, all week they were coaching you up about watching that end, and you were able to score on that option. Was that exactly how they drew it up?
I mean, that's one of our plays. So in practice, we really go over that a lot of pull and pitch because he feel like I'm athletic enough to get on the edge and be able to either pitch it or keep it myself.
Great job on that play, but here's the big thing. All the kids in the stands want to know what your game tag is to play Fortnite today. So give it a shout out. What's your Fortnite game tag?
J Bucket 03.
So there you hear it, boys. One more time. What's the Fortnite game tag?
J Bucket 03.
Get at him if you want to pay. PS4 or Xbox?
PS4.
All right, come at him.
Very good, Rick.
Yeah, excellent.
Thanks much. As we said, for Bob Schlenbaker, Terry Trout, Joe Bach, and Club TV 20, this is Jay Ferguson reminding everyone it's a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.